Grand Rising, coming to you at 13 hours, 45 minutes. It is November 11th. It's November 12th, 2021. At, already got you at 1300 hours and 45 minutes. This, I hope you enjoy the 4 hour, or if you peered through, I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Thank you, Mrs. Lovely Rain and Womb Woman, my brother JT, the number one grinder, the underrated darkness, and my brother Slide Jones. Midnight Ride with Slide. Thank you for showing up and coming through. Thank you, my brother David. And I'm trying to think who else came through real quick. Thank you for showing up. You came through. Thanks for sharing, brother Slide, and everybody else that shared. Just a talk. It's an introduction. Didn't get too deep, and we doing more because I try not to sound so mannerful or professional. Sometimes I just want to shoot the giggles and the sugar honey iced tea with people just to bring it up. But today is me. Since you don't know me and a lot of people don't know me personally, I want to, as I did my video, when you come to my YouTube, if you are new or if you're there, it's a video described as about me. This is the about me in a way. I should put that in my edit. About me, part 2, 3 years later. And I wanted to show people who I am and talk about who I am, the unequivocally Otho Williams Jr. So as I was saying, that about me is unequivocally not the same as any other African descendant man I ever met. Also, I do not expect me to be all or I am every man, but I know for me, I can speak on. This video is for all the swirlers, the divestors, all the black women that have no idea about me, that think they know about me, or is telling me to go swirl or to divest. Because I learned as a man, as I am first, what I am first, that is what you align yourself to. So first, I align myself to my descendants, my ancestors. Rest in power with them, that I don't have to do nothing or anything as the world, as my ancestors didn't have the opportunity. I wish my one ancestor would have had an opportunity to say, man, even though it didn't happen for him, I want to honor my brother that had his woman, our counterpart, a black ancestor descendant, black woman or African descendant woman or indigenous or native woman. I love to honor him, because with an honor, it's easy to be a role model, a role figure for young black men, black males around me, indigenous males. So easy to do that for my indigenous brothers. I don't feel no pain I'm alone, but I don't feel lonely. Not by how I heard people talk about not being lonely. I don't view loneliness that way. I view being alone and loneliness two different ways. And just start real quick. Loneliness is not having the ability to get up or not being able to get up and leave your house, your home, your place that where you reside to interact with people. See, when you're my name, Otho Williams, and I'm a junior, Otho means brave king. I am brave each and every day. I can go outside and interact or have discussions or conversation, whether I'm on or offline, with any person without a questionable doubt. Where it goes and what is used and amplified, that's based on how I'm interacting with the person. That's where it goes. And more so is based on, again, me. Nothing I am doing is based on my now alone, my surroundings. Me choosing to be unequivocally for black people is me. No entity, no nothing is telling me to do this. No, whatever you want to call it, script, no scroll. As I said, no other power. This is my power I have to stay within me. See, for me, staying within my race is within me. That's about me. That has nothing to do with the other person. Nothing. What I'm doing is all within me. I'm choosing to stay within who I am to be the person I need to be. So you got to understand that. See, and that's what I would talk about with young men. That's why I encourage them, even when I did the all access about your shoes are dirty for a reason, but nobody else know why your shoes dirty. You accidentally put on the wrong shoes to cut down a tree to go do some actual work, a service that's helping and assisting someone. But a person eyes is not going to know that by looking at you, because they're going to see your shirt. Why is his shirt clean still? But you having a jacket. Why is his pants? Because he was cutting down wood. Wood don't leave dirt. But the ground you stepped on where the tree grows from has mud, right? And grass is going to get dirty. So your shoes is dirty by accident again. You didn't intentionally go to wear those. But that person, their first mind is not to ask. Think about that. Their first mind is not to ask themselves, why is his shoes dirty? Because if they was in the same shoe, they won't put themselves in the same shoe. They would have said, hold on. I'm assuming I'm a type of person that will walk by a person I never met my whole entire life, never seen, or never came across. If I have a question, I say, excuse me, see, mannerism. And I try to ask that question and say, now, since my shoes was dirty and I'm going to be in their feet, I'm going to ask that person, may I ask, why are you look presentable today, and you look good. You're beautiful. If that's a woman, or wow, you look splitty as a guy, your hands, why are your shoes dirty? But as people, we will not take the time out. The first thing we do is judge them unrightfully based on your shoes being dirty. So that's the example I give to my young brothers. Be encouraged. Your shoes dirty, and that woman or that person looked at you and said you had dirty shoes, and they already gave you a perception, a point of view, Grand Rising, a perception in a point of view of who you are. Why would they give that perception without a question? So that's what I want to toggle in today. brothers and sisters that's watching, thank you, Miss Southern Bell. I appreciate you. I'm honored to have you here. And I apologize for things I say to people and I say to you. But it's meaning behind everything, not in a disrespectful way. But I'm not going to get into that. So, brothers, I want to toggle into the view of why I am staying only with my race women. See, a lot of these brothers can talk all this smack, and it's not. And we got to get over the first line we say to a young African descendant, indigenous or native, quote unquote, black man, is he hate his mother or he hate his race? He had hatred for women. That's not true. Because if that's the case, he wouldn't be here. So the reason I'm bringing this up is the question was raised. I heard it from now in the past week, and then in the past year or so, heard this question, just as I've been called the N-word, the H.E.R, so many times. Oh, thank you. This year, my question was raised, not just from one person. It's been out the year. Even go back in my direct messages, I can find them and show people. I have accounts of stuff. I don't make up stuff out of the blue just to talk about it. That's why I say there's a difference between it being alone. Oh, I didn't go over it alone. So I'm about to get into it when I start discussing this. The being lonely is at a fault of you, because I have the power to go outside and interact with people I know, family, and random people I don't know. Now, being alone, that's different. And that's why I want to get into. I've been raised the question so many times, why don't I date out of my race? And this may sound disrespectful. I know it has, and I know it is. I feel as if it's a curse to love black women. And I would say I love what don't love me. I use the word love. Reason I use the word love, if you go offline and online, and people think, again, I don't make this up. I be walking outside. I don't know what is the energy outside. Outside meaning off online, walking around. I'm at the bus station. I'm in the store. I would hear women talking. One time I heard women, this is a group of 7 women at the bus station, looked of all a good, decent age that I was relatively close to an age, saying they hate black men. Then I'm 6'5". So I basically tower over all of them. I towered over them. And I was walking by and I actually heard it. Sometimes I don't hear stuff because not being funny, being taller or shorter has an advantage and disadvantage to when somebody's talking. But I heard that clear as day. It's things that I can't explain that happened in my life. I can have been 100 yards away and I heard it, or I seen it without my glasses on, and I can't see well with my glasses. I can't explain it. And as I walked by, I heard it. I thought it was like, because she was still talking as I got closer, what led up to know that she did say she hate all black men. And other black girls were agreeing with her. They all like kind of bowed their head. Like, okay, wow, he heard us. They knew I heard them. I said, have a great day. But that's always me when I walk by people. Some people are not used to that, I learned. Even women I'm not dating or with, they're not used to, like, wow, you really do talk to everybody you walk by. So that's what I do. My father is from the South. My mother is from the North. My mother is from the New York area. My father is from Alabama. So I have a mixture, and my mother and father were and are good people. They've done things bad, but nothing to the point where it's detrimental to how I feel about black men and black women, and what we're talking about is black women. There is nothing detrimental. Don't matter what she's done to me. And black women, I want black women to know my response is usually over a time frame of rejection, being degraded, belittled, on and offline. It's over a time. It's not me just saying, wow, I hate, because I'm sorry, I would use the word hate. I hate certain things black women do, but I don't hate black women. I critique my brother. You can ask my sisters. I can show you a text texts that we go through, or the text messages, I don't just agree with them, and we don't fight. She say her piece and I say mine. Just as if you check out any of the panels we did, I allowed another brother to speak his truth about his belief. Other brothers might have got mad, or sisters, they might have left. And I'm gonna talk about it individually to them, not on here on this platform, because that's not where it's at. I think the platform is for, as the last night show was called, Black Activity. I am hashtag Black Activity. I don't see Black supremacy as a rule and take over. The supremacy I want to see is Black people coming together in a real community that we built, that we don't rely on nobody. I don't know why we think we got to rely on outside sources to build a community. I don't know why we do that. If a young man or me is able to learn the elements, the periodical table, that means we know how to create water. We know what involved that. It don't require another person. It requires such similar-minded, I hate the word like, quote unquote, I'll use it, like-minded people such as education and understanding to do the same thing together to work towards that. That's why money, to me, real quick, has no power. There's no money in the world can help me create a land, take over a land. That's warriors, and that's great-minded, educated people. Educated meaning that area. They know what they're doing. So Black Activity is a land, it's a headspace that I have for me as a man. I am a Black, African, descendant, Native, Indigenous man first. I am nothing else. That's me first. I can keep saying it and I can keep showing it. And my whole now going into this one lady said, "We will rather be lonely." But her whole statement is only about, and I want to ask people, why when we talk as a race or individual in our race, when we talk about divorce, money, quote unquote, finances, we never talk about the people we meet that's in love. Everybody I know in love never talk about money. Everybody got married for love never talk about money. I don't know these people that all these people know, because I would love to hear and see, because people love to say off of YouTube, but then when you talk to that person, it's be like, you talk about off of YouTube. How are you talking about off of YouTube? But you're literally living that type of life. You telling me that all the Black men that's with the Black women you know are divorced and not good Black men. That mean, how would that mean you're the same stuff we talk about on YouTube is going on in your life? The stuff I hear on YouTube was the first time I heard it. Then I peered in at some things, but I didn't saturate myself in Black people divorcing. I didn't saturate myself with Black people swirling, and then they created the pills, the divestments, and the other movements to pull myself away from a Black woman. I will tell people honestly, I don't subscribe to none of those males, none of those females of our race that talk about it, other race. I don't subscribe to those channels. I literally come upon them through what I call my family. They'll say, "You see that?" And if my family don't see it, I don't see it. Because here is a tall tale that I think for my mother and father was rap. Hardcore rap or any type of rap. My mother and father didn't put that on TV. So, and we grew up poor. So sometimes we didn't have cable. It's times we ain't have cable for 4 or 5 years. Or maybe we had cable. We just wasn't allowed to watch certain channels. My mother was always, when my father was at home, the parental guardian of us. And I always say this to my father. I say, "Dad, I'm thankful that you chose a great woman to be my example when you wasn't there." My father went on, and I don't talk bad about my father, which I see a lot of people do. That's private. My father wasn't always there, and he was a Rolling Stone. I told him that to his face before, and he laughed, because it wasn't dissing him. It was bringing up something. And we went about our business. We kept hanging out. We still ate our food and talked. My father shared things. That's why I can't talk about my parents, because I still want to know things that I don't know. I just learned the other day I have another uncle that's taller than my tallest uncle on my mother's side. I thought he was the tallest. Now, but if I destroyed the bridge, this is destroying the bridge. If you have a bridge and your father or mother is on the other side, you can raise and lower that bridge. Usually, I cannot recall what is that bridge. Hold on, maybe I can look it up real quick. What is that bridge called that you can raise one side and the other side? So when I think it's in Italy where that boats can pass through. One moment. What is that bridge called that you can raise in the middle? BASCUL bridge. Bascule bridge. I'm gonna guess that's how you a drawbridge. Sorry about that. That's a movable bridge. Okay, the drawbridge is pivot in the center, and you can turn it or you can raise it from the middle, the inner part of the end, and that has a pulley system. So I look at when people say you burn bridges. If a bridge is burnt, I guarantee you my bridge wouldn't be burnt. My side is never burnt, because what I would do, we have a drawbridge. As some person go to their side, you go to their side, you will see all evidence. You will see the gasoline, you will see the matches, you will see everything. And I want to say that real quick. And so you draw the bridge up. If they burn a bridge down, they can't cross it. I can still lower and bring mine up. I'm going to always leave an avenue, because I believe sincerely, and apologies, that don't matter what a person said to me, can you lower your bridge now? But if that person already burnt up their bridge, they don't want to bring it up. It's not oiled correctly. It's not polished. It's not clean. That's on them. I can't do nothing about that. Can I help them rebuild their bridge? No, because that's a self thing. So when I think about me and my family and why I call it Black activity, it's a self. It has nothing to do with the Black woman. And I had to learn this. The Spirit showed me of why, and I finally got an answer. And that will conclude this whole video right now at 22 minutes and 33 seconds. The reason, but I'm going to still keep going. You don't have to keep watching. And I appreciate you for watching. It's in me. It has nothing to do with a Black woman. Why I have the love and the Black activity, the wanting to stay, to want to be with a Black woman. It's not about just having a Black son or a Black daughter. It's much deeper. And then I'll try to, in the next so many minutes, explain why it's deeper to me. And I would start off with all the Black women that think I should go swirl or divest. No, I don't see myself. And it's not just one Black woman that said this. I've been hearing this the last year. I can show you the comments from other Black women. Or they can say, I can see you eventually leaving. I remember my aunt. It's not bad or evil. She kept saying this. She said, you're going to end up with a white woman. And you know the funny part? I never took that in. That's a challenge. Let me make sure I end up with a Black woman. But listen to how it goes. You're going to end up. Not, it wasn't no diss to her, but I want people to remember the spell words we say to her. I'm just going to end up with a Black woman. I'm not going to be married to one. I'm not going to be happily married. I'm not going to be healthy, happily, joyfully married. I'm not going to be healthfully, happily, joyfully, beautifully, honorably married. Whatever next word you're going to put in that. I guess you call those nouns, pronouns. Moving forward. Pro means to move forward. I'm not going to ship means to move forward. I'm not going to have the progress of being able to experience a Black woman in the greatest form. That's why I always would say to brothers, I would love to have met that Black woman. You know how you see people married and they just met that one person or that second person in their life. They don't have all of these things. We call it puppy love in some sense. I call it fresh love. They first experience of love. My sister, I have family members that only been with a few men, or only one man that's married, or not even married, but their relationship is so great. That's why people talk about only marriage a man can be. That's why Otho, now that does influence me. Those men do give me influence to say, man, I want to be married too. Or if it's not married, I don't have to create a hatred within her, because I would try to apologize for things that I say wrong, but it has a meaning behind it. So a meaning behind, if I'm doing my best by a black woman I'm with, that woman, that one woman, and she uses certain words. This like one that bothered me that I slept on and sleep on. And the reason I'm talking about this, everything runs in my head. When you're single, you don't have kids, you building towards something. I don't have an immense amount of my life where I disconnect, because you disconnecting. I align everything in my life. I know success in my work, my love, my family, my woman, my mother, father, my immediate family I am birth to. That's success at life. There's no way I can be a millionaire and don't have my mother there, my father, my sister, my wife, I'm paying child support, I'm battling in court for something I didn't. There's no way my life, for me, my life is not, I'm not saying that if I'm single and I have a great business, but my love life, I am treating women as trash and it's not working that way, or I'm meeting women, it's just not working. That's successful. I can't say, now if you say it's my relationships with women are successful, I will say no, because it didn't go to the extension or the completion. Now for other people, I say it this way for me. This is about me. I want other brothers to experience that about me. So if you write a profile, that's about you. Don't talk about what they did. Talk about what happened. And I had to learn that. But sometimes in what they did can be an understanding to me. And it's nothing to do with therapy or going to see a psychologist. It's just sometimes talk to yourself. This is therapeutic to me, whether somebody on the panel or not. Because I get to think about now how I say it, and I already knew how I said it and how I wrote it down. I get to say it again and say, okay, now I understand why that happened. And sometimes things can come to you as a man and say, wow, that's what she meant. But if somebody used certain words, I have to be stronger. See, about me is about me. I have to be stronger, not to recite. And I'll tell people, when I recite words back, it's not premeditated. It's an outcome of what was said. I have to be stronger than that outcome of what. Now, brothers, I know you never heard this because you're listening to a guy that contradicts and hypocritical of himself. He's not successful with even in himself, but people will call him and talk to him. Or a woman, they will call and talk to her. She's not successful within herself. I am. Why? Be the I am to yourself. Reason, I cannot respond to if a woman says something negative to me, which I mean negative, not true. If a woman, and you can't respond with anger, you can't respond with and it's not premeditated. She says something anger to me. So if I know as a man, I've done my best, whether I make 6 figures or I made $300 a week, I cannot allow myself to meet the hurt. She may not even know it was a hurt. I have to be the bigger man, which I try to do every time. So if it didn't work in this relationship, guess I don't bring it to the next one. But if I'm talking about it, I should have talked to it myself a lot more. And brothers, it is okay. How you doing, Miss Southern? What to call you, Miss Southern Bell? How do you say, Miss Reigning Woman? And so what I have to do within me. So I'm using an example. It's not towards no one. It's just an example because I had to think on it. This is, I'm trying to show the young men about the integrity within themselves, to keep themselves true, honest, be always that black man you want to be. I've done my best to pay for things and to do different things for my woman. I'm not even gonna bring up the situation for women. This happened multiple times. If she responds in a way because she got hurt or she felt hurt by me, I give her that avenue to feel hurt. But when she said that, whatever she says back to me, now, brothers, this is what this brother won't really guide you or challenge you with. You cannot respond in an angerful manner. So if a black women say they hate them women sitting outside saying they hate black men, I cannot respond and say, F you black women, I hate you too. You know how that go. But a lot of black men, we got to learn how to, now it's going to sound hard, because we are not taught to be responsible as a whole race for ourselves and our action. Grand Rising, Mr. Mita. And as an action of me, I don't know if anybody want to come up and anything, or if not, it's up to you. But it's about me, so you can ask me questions, because I want brothers to know you can be vulnerable. I think I have been the most vulnerable anytime. It's not weak to express yourself online. You're not as long as you ain't complaining about women. I'm not complaining. I'm saying it's my fault. So let's say I had a baby, a child with a woman, and we didn't work out, but then she finds spite, which a lot of brothers go through. I don't have to be angry at her or the system. It's her, and I know it's her. I watch a lot of men go through it. I can't be I don't know how to talk about that, so I'm just going to stick on that. But I would say to those brothers, make sure you know who you are before you have a baby, before you lay down with a woman, before you have sex, before you know what we know what happened when you have sex. You know what happened when you have a relationship with a woman that don't work out, but it can be nothing angry to not work out. It can be going in different ways. And why do it keep going that way? I would want brothers to be within themselves first. So now let's get more into brothers, and thank you sisters for joining. So whoever watch this in the future, I'm talking to them, and the brother might be one brother online that's at the same time I'm talking to him, talking to my sisters if they want to know about a man. There's a lot of men, I would say, of our race, and what I experienced so far, it's at least between 12% or 18% of black men that experience what I go through. And what a lot of black men go through, a lot of black women will not understand, because a lot of women won't take the time out to know that man. But first, men, you have to know who you are. You can't expect a woman to know you if you don't know you. Again, you can't expect a man to know you, and vice versa if you don't know you. I have to understand my traumas and my pains. Whether I go to a psychologist or a therapist, the rapist, like I'll be joking, whether I go to one or not. So I have to understand me. So let's dive deep more into black activity. As I said, I've been told I should date out of my race. And I had to think about, why is that question raised to me a lot? Because I say things about black women that's not so great to black women? Or is it that, do black women really see a lot of black men, the 12 to 18%? Are we undateable? Are we unworthy of a black woman's love? And why? A wise woman said this to me. I'll give some quick wise statements I heard in my life. That why would a man, she said, a man build up his life for women that never wanted him? Or things I noticed, why would a man that's never been noticed, but after I say these, I'm about to put the accountability back on me. And this is how I view my life. That's why I would say somebody say something to me, I accepted my plight already. why would I put that back on me? Or wise man said, if you have a baby with a woman, unless she have a boyfriend or get married, they still stay living in that house until that child is of age to go out on their own after you shared and gave them all the information they need to go out. Also, I heard you are a man based on what you have. But when that wise person said that's not true, you are a man based on how you stood back up, how you carry yourself, the characteristic, your attributes, and things of that nature as a man. That's what make you a man. So I want to dive into a few of those, into the meaning behind a lot of the things, why I think we say a lot of those things. Well, I know where I'll come back to myself when I think about a lot of things. I heard other things. I know I'll be in and out, and I appreciate you for walking this journey with me on my platform, because it's for men, it's for women too, to take. They don't have to always hear the angry black man. Not say I'm an angry black man. I enjoy being an angry black man, but I'm also angry, and I have to still be accountable of myself for my actions and what I say and what I do. I feel as, and honestly, I know women you can speak on. I feel as black women have ran away because they've been weakened and they've been given a comfortability in a system where it's okay to be single. And I guess so much hurt, a draw their heart to be cold or soulless. I have looked in what made me do this is a lot of the women have been, Grand Rising, Miss Lisa, been soulless towards me. But I'm gonna go back to my early child. I was younger. I noticed how now this is a good thing and it could be a bad thing. I was not accepted by the women I grew up around. I grew up in a place, you can Google it. It's called the Langfield Projects. It's owned by BMHA, the Buffalo Municipal Housing Authority. So these projects is different from, I watched Chris Rock Bed-Stuy, where his mother and father lived in a house with a landlord. So that means somebody owned that house. Buffalo Municipal Housing Authority owned the projects, the quote unquote ghetto of that area. Bring all the girls to the yard. Okay. So the difference I learned is some so-called hoods can vary based on who's in charge. So if I own a house, and Demita own a house, Miss Southern Bell own a house, Raina Wuma, all on the street, we own all these houses, and black people move in and it turns to a ghetto, is different from when the state, the Buffalo Municipal Housing Authority, own that area. So our projects will be different because we actually own those buildings. The state don't own those. So I had to understand, so my friends that's raised in they call it the projects, but they lived in houses. But their hood, they call it the hood for a reason. The dome, the covering, they grew up in the same type of what you call it, atmosphere or environment I grew up in, because Blacktivity, the nature of black people. So I still probably would experience, I don't know. I think Brother David was on, he came and gone. Maybe because I'm opening up about myself that a lot of women don't get to hear and a lot of brothers don't care to hear or they don't talk about. And you can call me a weak man. I feel like I'm being the strongest man I can be, explaining and putting accountability back on me, even talking about the outside non-accountability, but still drawing it back to me. So I don't know, Miss Lisa. And so I had to understand, I probably would have had the same product or environment feeling from the young black women, from if I lived in the projects, the BMHA, and then the houses that is owned by one of us, our family or grandparents or somebody of our name. But what I experienced was the black women wasn't looking for me. This is more as I got to my teens. I'll say, why? Why don't they look at me? Now, I wasn't always 6'5", tall and handsome. I don't say I was ugly, but I wasn't always 6'5", tall, and what we call handsome as a man. So I understood, and I was called names. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Southern Belle. And I started noticing that. But see, this is the stuff men don't talk about. This is us in our vulnerable, weakened state, I guess you can call it. I don't think it's vulnerable or weakened. I think I'm just expressing myself as a person, a man that I think a lot of young men would love to hear. I wasn't sought after. I wasn't, what you call that? What's a word we use now that when women talk about when I was looking for that man, I wasn't looked after. I wasn't the one that they wanted. That's grown into my teenager. Imagine feeling that when, and I don't celebrate a lot of holidays and do a lot of things because now, as I said, my mother and father shaped me, but not in that how we see the swirlers and divestors. Why I don't go to another race is I'm getting to that. Why I'm single, I have to learn to balance myself when and not take everything to hurt. That's why I'm single. It's not that I've done women wrong. I'm single because I take everything to hurt. So, example, if we're talking and I'm treating you good, and you're not saying, OJ, I didn't care for how you said that to me, or how you were treating me, I think everything is okay. But I'm the type of person to ask you a question. How do you feel? And if you tell me, I said, did my attitude today bother you or any day? And you say no, I'm taking that as that, you know how when you was a kid, you got stars on the board. I'm taking that's a brownie point. That's a star. I'm going to have a pizza party at the end of the week. Now you got some pizza parties from Pizza Hut when pizza was actually good. We had the pizza party for doing good. That was our reward. But then we got to meet the Bills players. And that's how I'm looking at it. Oh, so there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. So my love, me saying Grand Rising every AM, trying to cash app you, even if it's $10 for a lunch, nothing's wrong. It's nothing wrong. But it's same as when we get to the part where something wrong, everything that was wrong comes out, and I take that to heart. Or if things being said, I don't never draw away and say, why did she say that to me? And the reason I don't, because I don't have nothing to go off of. And I blame that on me. Because I learned now, I'm going to turn it on to me, even though this is not my fault. As a man, I supposed to pick up on things that women do and say without it being said. Now, I still don't understand that. I don't get that. I feel as now this is what the greatest thing my mother have always done with me. This is why I don't never count my mother in things and say, my mother done things. I would tell people they'd probably be shocked. But we still had 3 meals a day, even though we were poor. My mother made sure we eat. I didn't know my mother ate food until I was an adult. I thought my mother never ate. Like, that sounds silly to some people because she made sure we ate. But I don't ever remember her putting anything in the microwave. Even if we did have, I don't remember her eating a fry or a burger. I know she ate because she had to survive somehow. But I never seen that. And I never seen the mothers act or the women act that's mothers now. I never seen that until I wasn't sheltered. My mother didn't introduce us. Even my sisters, older sister, seen a lot of my oldest. Now my older, my father, I have 4 sisters, 2 on my father's side, 50 and 48 or 50 and 49. And my nieces are 25 and 23. And my immediate nieces from my brother and sisters from my mother are 8 and 3. So the things I'm experiencing through women in relationships are things that I never experienced with my mother. So when I said my mother one day, she got mad and she said black men ain't sugar honey iced tea. I just talked about that with her. She don't remember. My mother don't remember a lot of things, which is cool. She's 65. My father 72 or 73, and he's a senior. I'm Otho Williams Jr. He's a senior. She said, my mother said this. He wasn't around. She was angry at him and mad. I get it. She had a reason to. As an adult, I give her that full reason to be mad and angry. But as an adult, I had to, when I'm working on me, I have to take accountable. So she said one day, black men ain't shit, or black men are bad men, which I see a lot on the social medias and TikToks. And I would say, and I looked at my mom, I said, why did you say that? I remember clear as day. I'm going to be a man one day, and I'm black. I said I'm going to be black or I'm going to be a black man one day. My mother never said black men ain't shit no more for the rest of her life. No, because I don't know black women better, because I always raise this question, and I always raise the question to single mothers that have sons. I don't know black women better, because a lot of black men can attest to this. And she good. I love the question. I love answering questions instead of talking to the screen. I know y'all hear me. I appreciate you and thank you for supporting and coming in. And with that, my mother, we were taught respect women. Every black man in the world can tell you that, even if they're African. I know that you see when African men become teenagers or young men, they go to the streets and they join gangs and everything. The father can be there, or he can be always gone, or it can just be something in the spirit that draws their son to the street. Because I can't say I'm unequivocally 100% that if a mother or father does their job, the child won't. No, you okay? No, y'all good. You good? He won't go to the streets. But the reason I don't know women better, or black women, how to say it, I don't know if it's just a single black woman thing, or is it just a black woman thing. Black women don't tell you about black women, if that make any sense. That's why I don't know. You know what I can take though? I can take attitudes. I don't see angry black women. I don't see black women with nasty attitudes. But if somebody would ask me, what is something that changes the atmosphere of your relationship with a black woman, it's her attitude. My last 4 women I dated, they all 4 had the same attitude, but in a different way. So 5 years ago, her attitude was quiet, but very aggressive. The other one, hers was loud, but direct. The other one she was an introvert. So hers was quiet and subtle with a tad of fierceness. And the last lady I was with and dated, her attitude was aura changing and direct, loud and boisterous. She good, Miss Southern Belle. She good. And so that's 4 types of different black women, if I can use words to describe their attitude. But that was my oldest sister. The ones I didn't really know, I know them at the age 11 and 13. I wish they would have came down to Buffalo and lived with us. It'd have been not keep it cute. Y'all silly. Come on, ladies. That's not what's going on. I don't feel anything wrong. Maybe I'm feeling something different. I don't feel anything. So, and I'm enjoying the questions. So me knowing the black woman, I think if you can take, I would try to say to single mothers, a lot of them don't listen. Some do. I'm happy because I was raised by, my father was there, but my mother was still a single mother. If you go by making sure we ate, we went to bed, we went to school, even though he paid child support, or he'd show up here and there and have gifts for Christmas and clothes. That's still not the equivalent of the actual time. And that's what scared me about this generation of men, black women, and black women. Is it's like I can go to work and make 600,000 a year, or have my own business and make 600,000, $1 million a year. But do that equate? What if we had children together? If I'm making $1 million a year, now my father drove the bus 40 to 60 hours a week. I only seen my father between, I use military time. You add 12. You add 12 to the whatever. So if it's 100 hours, that's 1 o'clock in the AM. I don't use the word morning. So if it's 1300, you take 1300 mean 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So at night it's 2000. That's 8 p.m. I only would see my father from 2000 to 2200. So 10 p.m. from Monday through Friday. No, she not. You silly. She asking the question. That's a good question being raised. And so imagine, so that's 2 hours from Monday through Friday. Remember, I see my mother when I get up at 0600 hours to go to school, or 0700 hours. Depends on how the distance and how far to school and what time I got to get up. So at 1500, so about 1600, I see my mother from 1600 to 2200. So there is a big time difference of my mother with me and my father. Then if there's no school on the weekend, my father will say he works still. I'm still only seeing my father 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, about 12 hours a week. I'm going to see my mother exponentially way more hours a week. So it's important that my mother was there, not showing me how to be a whoremonger or disrespectful to women, which I trust and I know now she did a great job. But to what avail? What's avail? So what is available to me as an adult black man with black women? Because if you look in other people's homes, a lot of kids came to my mother. My mother fed their kids. I don't know what was going on. I said my mother done things too. That's why I give outs to men and women that experience things a different way from me and my brother and sisters. Not having 3 meals a day, not having access to their mother, not just cooking her. Now, there was access to other young men, because some other young men, mothers might have had jobs with no father, so they didn't experience their mother, but they got to go travel out of town with their mother. I'm going to speak on the men with their mother and experience her doing different things. Mine was always in-house, and we did go places. We took the public transportation, and my mother said things. So here's another example. How I was, the woman can't teach a man, a young male, how to be a man, but you can teach him to be respectable. And the respectableness of what my mother can show me when we go out, it's not to use certain words, not to say certain words, not to treat women a certain way, not to act this certain way. So, and here's a secret to women you may not know. When I don't want to call it a conflict, but when a disagreeable moment comes up, I'm sorry, women, men are not good at that. You women are. It's as you reverse. I'm not saying you rehearse trauma or drama in your life. You somehow have this ability to talk to a man. And if this man is not well versed in what you're saying to him, he's going to have a hard time expressing himself in that same respectable manner as he did when he was saying, hi, how you doing? How was your day, love? How was your day, sweetie? How was work? Oh, you did, or if you was at home, how was the kids? You see how that go? And some men change when you challenge him, but it's no, if my mother always challenged, if his mother challenged him that way, then cool. But some men, mothers never challenged him that way. That's why we don't know black women better. We get with a black woman, and you see, I'm not giving black men excuse. He would abuse that woman because she's threatening him with words that hurts him, because that's not describing who he is. He responds in the non-respectful manner because now the words, the information you're describing him with don't describe him. He's now trying to in all his power during that discussion, while he's trying to be respectful, and if she keep throwing new words at him, he's going to keep trying to find other ways to counter what she's saying. So women talk about, I know a women intuition. No, your women intuition, I will say 90% of the time is off. The 10% is on, because you did raise. I'm going to give you credit for that. 10% is giving you credit for being able to know how to not battle, but working within that area. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Lisa. I think you're a beautiful lady yourself. Yeah. That's good to hear that a black woman think I'm handsome. Ones that I know, thank you as well. I appreciate you. And it's good to hear his mother call him handsome. But then to go outside, now here's that other part of not being accepted in your surrounding, going outside. Can I say the truth? A lot of young black girls, because I was a young black, quote unquote, I'm gonna say young black females. I hate saying boys and girls, females and males. They're mean to young black males. They will call you ugly or call you other words that mean ugly in the most meanest way possible, and don't care, and smile and laugh and go about her day. Nah, you silly Davida. But for some reason, as you be okay, now women, come on, you gotta understand that hurts. Imagine if a dude approach you and you say, "Why are you talking to me? I don't want to talk to you. You ugly." You know how that feel? So you gotta think. You gotta think. That bothers, that had to bother. So no, I don't harbor hatred for black women for that. That make you say, damn, that's how. Well, I know y'all don't desire me in my neighborhood, but now y'all just reject the hell out of me. How do that young? It's not that at 17 he had his first love and his heart broken. This is a span over time. This is happening to him. We do count. I appreciate Southern Bill and Miss Lisa calling me handsome, right? We do count that. But now imagine going somewhere. Let's say we never met online. You said this and I didn't see it and I heard it. But now I'm trying to go date women. I'm going to whoever went speed dating, whoever used a dating website and they had a thing where all the dating single men, I wanted to do this, wear a certain color. So it's not to judge, but it's to have fun. So if you single and available, no children, that man would wear blue. And that those women, single, available, with no children, wear blue. If you single and available and not messing with your baby father and you have one or two children, you wear red. And that man, if he have one or two children and not messing with his baby, I would want to do a thing. And if you desire to date, if you're single and you want to date, or if you don't care about they have a child or not, you will wear the color green. So you have to think about that. Oh, now you trying to stick. Can we all just have a big orgy together? That's what you're trying to do? Not just playing. I learned this Demita is very sexually. I learned a new way, and I had to look it up after she said it. Even she told me sexually fluent. So I'm not sexually fluent. I'm very good at what I do with the woman I'm with, and so you gotta remember that hurts that young black man. Even though he's been told two beautiful women have said he's a handsome man, but now he's in the dating scene and being rejected over and over. Remember, he's 17. He already experienced not being desired, or the word's still not coming to me. He's still not being desired or chosen. That's not the word still. I wanted to use as another word by black women around him. No, we having fun. We having fun. Ain't go left. One moment, sip of water. Of how he experienced black women now. He know for every 2 black women, he's going to have probably 30 or 40 call him ugly. And within that, the 30 or 40, you have to remember, he didn't know the 2 that called him handsome until now. You got to remember that. Or until recently. He already experienced the ones, just as when you hear the swirlers or the divestors or black women talking about, well, the black men didn't want me. A lot of them is not very, I'm more vocal now when I'm out and about talking to women than when I was 12, when I was 17. I appreciate that. And one night, that reminded me of that one song. One night. Is it Brian McKnight or Nelly? Brian McKnight with Nelly song. Baby, let me hold. No, all night long. I used to know how to sing. Me and my cousin used to have a singing group. That's here and there. He's still doing his thing and everything. So I hope one day we can get in the studio and make a music or write some songs, and we just go and I'll be his encouragement, he be mine. And so remember, he's not this young black man, me or other the 18 to 12 to 18% are told they're not sought after. That's up. Hey, I don't prefer you. Hold on, women, ladies. You know as hard it is to please one woman. So imagine a man pleasing 2 women. Now, unless the 2 women decide that they're going to understand he's going to have a higher time or have to build up. No, you got to time them out. No, it's we having fun. I want my channel to be serious. I want to always sound professional or same as I'm a Stifler. They just having fun. Keep long as they ain't saying nothing too crazy like blowing up stuff and I'm about to, yeah, that's right. Time that out, but long as that ain't going on. We adults. I don't expect every adult to be monogamous. I don't believe in polyamorous, but everybody live different lives. I never done that stuff, but I'm not going to say I'm happy I don't have a religious or certain expectation of the world because of what books say and how we were raised. I just know my mother was a respectable woman. I think a woman that get naked in front of people can be respectable, but how? I can't say porn star would never be respectable to me. Now stripping have 2 pages because there's burlesque, go. See, there's the porn star. You're just a porn star. There's nothing to go gravitate to build off of being just a porn star unless you're just a director. I don't know where they at. They usually would have hopped on East Coast as well. So I know a lot of my other brothers are West Coast. So I don't know. We was up late with Slide, and I don't know if I think David peered in a little bit of the 4-hour. We had fun last night. I don't know if you seen it. I'll try to do a night, but I don't know if Miss Demita, Southern Belle, Elisa, y'all all be willing to come on and we'd do a thing where no, I was just talking about respectability. That's why. Not really on that. I'm not on that. I'm not. No. We ain't on that one. I'm not on that one. Just talking about how I see respectability, of how some things can be still have a respectable undertone, but still you touching that line like a stripper, porn star. I don't see how at all. Modeling still have a respectable line, whether it's implied nude, glamour, or nudity. It still have a line, because some things can be all right. I can work with that, but how are you doing it? I seen tasteful nudity, and I just seen raunchy. I'm not discounting the raunchy nudity. That's the stuff I look at when I'm hanging out with Pamela and their fine friends. So hey, I'm not going to be mad at that. So going back to the young man and his outcome of what he sees in the black women. Okay, see, I'm more of a one woman man myself. So but I don't diss and account everything out. Don't knock it till you try it. Demita, you are so persistent. Demita gonna be married, and she gonna have that right man for her, because he gonna enjoy everything about her and everything. If that's the path she still chooses when she's 35 or 40, she chooses that same path of being sexually fluent. I don't knock nothing. I don't knock it. I ain't like parachuting. I am never going parachuting, but I will watch somebody parachute from thousands of feet in the air, and somebody want to put a camera on the other person with a what you call that go camera. By all means, fly next to them, and I can watch from a safe distance from my computer or TV screen. But I'm not going parachuting, so I'm knocking that one. Parasailing, a little different, because I'm over water. I'm still closer to the ground, but I'm not a great swimmer. You like play? Boom. And that's the thing about it, how we can be truly honest with ourselves. And within ourselves, you don't judge you, but other people will. But then you still have a whole group in a sector or a section of people that do what you do. And that's where that a lot of us gotta find. So when that young man is looking for a section of black women that enjoy his mannerism, his unexperience with women, his enjoying of things we call square or corny, is there a black woman for him out there? According to 12 and 18% of black men, no. I am one of the 12 and 18% that I experience. But using all the things, so when he's in an argument, he's not real versed in how to argue about or discuss, or not even argue, discuss what is the problem. It's not coming from the other black women out there that's calling him ugly. He's interacting one-on-one with her through his experiences. And I think a lot of black women that understand that, there's a lot that don't. So being shut down is not always not him not talking. It's not him knowing what to say anymore. I've been told I give ultimatums, but I don't know what my ultimatum or my criteria is only based on how it's going to keep me from entering now. But if somebody want to go there and walk this with me, if you want to walk across this bridge without drawing it back, or being a Prescribe bridge where you turn it and it can shift and shape, I don't want to. I need a solid bridge to stay on. So the solid bridge, they say the number one cause of divorce or ending the relationship is communication. Or they say the second is complexity of finances, so sometimes that switch. But I'm going to use communication because I'm not no money person. I feel as I can make a lot of money. The most money I ever made in a year was $60,000 in that 1 year. And being single, that's a lot of money. So imagine if it's like I gave an example to the young men. Imagine if you made $60,000 a year for 4 or 5 years. In reality, you could probably, now it depends how a young man was brought up and taught to do his money. Doing $60,000 a year, he probably can save $20,000. So 2, 4, 6, 8. he got in 4 years, he can have $80,000 saved. But then he'll meet a woman, she'll say he broke or he's not that high value man or a 6-figure man, but he don't have to be. He just created the income that he had, that he was needed for that man to be. So when he's growing up, he's not taking himself serious as why is it that these black women don't love him? Why don't they desire him? So we got to be really, really mindful of the black men as he is. As he, and we can't be so quick to say he hate his mother, he hate black women, because all the time that is not the case with this young black man. His experience with black women is not desire and sought. Maybe the word I need is sought after, as the drug dealers, the fast money. As you see, you can Google the video, the black women of his age group. Right now, there's an age group from 18 to maybe 30. I'm not sure. You can look that up. I know he did date this one lady named Six. I used to follow her or be part of her group, not an entourage, because I will value what she says. Her Six God, he dated her and she was supposed to be married. She left that man, but then they say that's not true. But she did leave the man that was supposed to marry her. I think he had a child, some stuff. He did. She's if you Google her, she's on Instagram. SIX Goddess. I think it's GODDI. Let me see if I can find her. Right. So when I would put in the chat, he dated her. But if he dating that type of chick, I doubt it. I think that's a joke, because any man, now I'm not taking up for that brother of that statue. And I didn't know about her. So I was in the dark just as much as PJ Tucker. I knew who the lady was. I hate saying people's name. I know exactly who she was, because she used to be on World Star Hip Hop Honeys, or she did I'm all into that. I've been single majority of my life. My longest relationship is a year. I've been in 6 relationships. So only 6 years out of 38 years of my life. But you got to remember, going to work, going to school, spending time, it's probably not even a full year. It's not even probably a full 6 or 8 months I spent with those women. So out of my life, I'll say pretty much a wise man said, you've been single. Yeah, if that's what's going on, that's crazy. I will be really honestly shocked, because she have wrote books, which I didn't know. Like I said, I don't follow. This lady right here have changed her tune towards black men at times. She got in, then she delete. See, people will delete posts. Like if you check my Instagram, that's the lady that he dated at one time. I don't know her story, so don't take my story as 100% correct or 100% right or wrong. So, but if he would date somebody of this lady stature, then and she wrote books, she wrote things and got videos about how she's trying to get herself in position to be that type of woman to take money from men. It'd be very I don't even know, like it'd be weird if that guy really is trying to date her, or even unless it serves some type of purpose. Is he helping her? She helping him? In what way? I don't see any way any good can come of that, being with that type of woman. And that's what I do. I try to make sure, and my man Morris Chestnut got him a beautiful black woman. And who else? Angela Bassett, Mr. Lance Lance. I can't remember. I don't think it's they don't have the same last name. I don't think. I don't want to say her and Angela Basket. Yes, that's the lady that she did set him up. Even because like instance, okay, let's say me, Demita, or Southern Belle or Miss Lisa. I'm not all of you at one time. I'm dating one of you. I don't follow your stuff. You're new to me. All three of you are new to me. You wrote a book and you did different things. And even me, and you can ask women I've dated or been with, I do check for the woman. I try to see, wow, what she do? And if she a known name, I might Google her. I'm like, oh, okay. Or I go to her channel. But my spider senses is not, I don't know why, maybe because when you care about somebody, and this is the thing about why I try to give the young brothers to start with love, regardless of how much money he make or how much he's going to have one day or don't have no days. Start with love, because that will conquer insecurities. Like not being funny. I'm not insecure of Miss Southern Belle or Miss Lisa or you, Demita. But if I'm concentrating on, oh, she got other men, I'm going to have a hard time having time to show you the love that Otho Williams Jr. has. You see what I'm saying? If I'm being insecure, like Demita, man, why is all them dudes texting her? But she's a model, duh. She's a woman. No offense. All women, I believe, get thousands of direct messages or men calling her beautiful every single day if she got a social media platform. That's insecure. So when I'm coming in with love, I might ask you, have you ever been arrested before? Or what is your outlook? I'm going to ask you questions based on my intentions with you. I'm going to do a video on that for the young men or young women. What would a man say if my intentions is to be married? I'm not coming in with the mindset with Southern Belle, Miss Lisa, or Demita, either one of you, just to have sex with you and then leave. Yeah, if I have sex with you, yeah, I'm coming back for second, thirds, fourth, fifth, sixth, sevens, and eighths. That's what I'm coming back with. So that understanding of that, women have to know. So, but as a man, my intentions, what is his intentions with her? What is her? But we are not out there. Now her, I know about her. I would have to Google her stuff. Yes, that's what they're talking about. I don't use names because I don't want my platform to focus on celebrities. So I don't use names and stuff. I don't name drop. I want to build up the family, bring the family in the earnest way without name dropping, and I'll allow everybody else to do it, which I don't care. I don't do it. So yes, we talking about her. Have I ever ghosted a female? No, that's rude. Why? I never ghosted. I just say everything. I would just say, if you met my mother, I have women that, no, you okay. You okay. You okay, Southern Belle. No, I have women that discredit me and only went out with me. But when I go on dates, sometimes, I don't know. I will tell my daughter this too. What's up, brother Slide? Oh, there you go. They go Slide. They go Slide, ladies. They go Slide. Cool brother here. There you go. And I will say to my mother, when I speak of my mother, she's my example. So for me to treat a woman in that way, I don't want to be part of the black man reasoning of why the black woman hate black men. In a way, I can control that. Instead of ghosting her, I can control that. Now, what I mean by ghosting, now let's say I had a problem, Miss Lisa, with you, and I didn't know what to say. I might not call you for a couple of days. Because as I spoke about earlier, I don't know, I'm not real versed in the arts of how women talk to men. Sometimes it's very hard. And I guess I am, oh yeah. Oh, there she goes, Slide. Miss Demita right there, Miss Smith. So, and if I got nicknames, y'all want to call you a miss or a nickname, let me know. I'm respectable on all ends. And so I'm not gonna ghost her, but I might take some time away because again, sometimes men have a hard time versing a discussion with a woman when there's a disagreement. Like we don't disagree on things he may watch, or we disagree, and that's something he normally do as a single man. He need time to say, well, I'm not going to watch this no more. Just give me, we can exchange. And well, you can email me. I have my email in my caption, and you can email me and everything. And I don't look at it as you making the first move, because if you email me, I'll go from there. Man take woman out on a date. He set up the date. He do everything. And he get to know you. And I'm the type of guy. And I have to let you know, I am still, my longest relationship is 1 year. I'm just coming out of talking to someone, and I'm working on myself and things I still have going on. I'm not an insecure man. I'm not abusive. We'll talk about all that and everything. Just send me an email. Let me know. Say, Miss Lisa, if your email is not the same as, send it to the IOL, the number 2 at Gmail email. That's the one I'm on more and a lot. Or check out my other social medias and things of that nature. So, but it sometimes, I'm trying to get Angel. What's Angel? I gotta hold on real quick. I gotta do this. I keep missing out. What is Angela Bassett's husband name? I know it's Lance. Or Courtney B. Vance. Right. All right. Well, you have a good day and enjoy your work. Good tranquility. The atmosphere is tranquil, loving, and whatever you're going to prosper at, whatever your career is, your job, you be great at it, and you have a great day and be safe. Thank you for coming on and supporting. Thank you for the questions, and all love, ladies. We are all love. I don't see no reason why we can't be all love. But his name is Courtney B. Vance. Like brothers as him can get a beautiful woman, but we don't talk about those women. We talk about Beyonce and Jay-Z because they are a perfect example. 2 black men and women with other black women, not fighting them against each other. Whatever, y'all silly. Not fighting them, but they both bring great value to the black community. Jay-Z and Beyonce got that power empire structure status, which is beautiful. More black people should get that way and be that way. I'm not talking about now. See, I don't even know Angela Bassett and Lance Courtney Vance life. She kept her last name, and he okay with that. I don't know their, just like Beyonce and Jay-Z. She kept her. We don't know that. I'm not gonna get on the details that social media focus on. As black people, why won't we focus on them both being together all these years? The difference in their relationships that is great, that we will be great to live in the values. So, like an example, if I'm not articulating right, I separate R. Kelly from his music. So I separate Angela Bassett and Courtney B. Vance from their personal life, but I use that personal life saying, well, they're still together. How? I don't know. But if we just take a little dip in or peer into their life, I think it's beautiful. That's just me, though. I think it's very beautiful that those 2 lives can still be great after all these years. And I wish more, no, you okay? More people strive, more Black people strive to be that way. I wish more Black women strive more to be with a Black man instead of seeing on how based on money or some social media status that even people I see on social media. I don't know if them people can even live up to their own status. That's the crazy part. I see people like, I don't know if they can live up to that status. I know it would be hard for me to live up to a certain status. So why do we expect them? So as the young brothers, if you're listening to this and you're hearing this, excuse the other side stuff, but it might be handy to you in some way. That's why I love going live and just talking without it being scripted. I'm not reading from a piece of paper. And so that brother, when he's growing up, he's not hurt by Black women from just one or two Black women, because he do have that formation of there's Black women that think he's a handsome man. But you got to remember, he's in a atmosphere, he's in an environment where he's not sought after. He's not really wanted by those Black women. But brothers, I have to say, that's okay. That if I go back in my community, this is not to diss nobody, not whatsoever. I want people to know I'm not dissing no one. I would be very happy that all of the Black women that didn't want me, they chose a certain type. Now I'd say caliber. Caliber is good. A type depends, is good or bad. A Black man that now this is why I put the accountability, brother, back on me, that I do not enter into that type of Black man that they desire. Now they say she a 304, she for the streets, he for the street, he a ding-a-ling slinger, he's all these different type of things. How They Fall was a real good movie. I'm sending them a thing. I'm gonna premiere that. I wanna premiere the How They Fall movie and show what I seen about the movie and have other people like chime in. Well, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be like break it off. I think it's like a 2 hours and 10-minute, 20-minute, something 30-minute movie. So I'm gonna break it off in sections, like do 40 minutes and do different parts, and then do a big old what you call that? Big review. Now you do a review. Some people do like a view of the whole movie in like a 10, 12 minutes. No, I want to do like what I see in a movie and then bring out some information that I found about the Jay-Z helped produce that movie. Yes, a ding-a-ling slinger is the community penis. A lot of brothers, that was a women desire that I grew up around. And they say, and as we know, the stigmas of Black men, unless he hood or incarcerated in and out of prison, he must have good sex. That a good brother as me in the 12 and the 18%, even brother Slide, we part of the 12, 18%, just good Black men with etiquette, mannerism, good heart, and have the intentions to be with that woman. We ain't cheating, we ain't playing. I really believe Sly is not doing that. As I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. When I'm with one woman, I'm with one woman. No, I'm not a slinger. I'm a one-woman man. So one woman at a time. Gotta ride this ride. 6'5" or a size 4. You know what they say about men with big feet? He got big socks. I got you, nasties. Onlyfans. My Onlyfans is not what everybody Onlyfans is about. It's so silly. It's like, no, ain't no shush. You can go to my page. It'll show you. I had some stuff, they deleted it because they changed. It was like a post, and I wish, that's when I was on Facebook. I said, man, they deleted my post, and I can't find that information. I got to look it up again. Something, you know, sometimes you in the spirit, you typing it out and just good information. So Sly got an OnlyFans. Yup. Sly is the Midnight Ride with Sly. The ASM, then the Sly Penis Chronicles. I don't think we do that. I was shocked that a lot of people that I was around on Instagram or social media, I'm no longer surprised I have an OnlyFans. It's on my page. Go to my page, but it's nothing on it. They deleted my one post. I guess they called it counterterrorism. See, I had a Connect Pals, I had a Subscribe place, I had a Peaks, and everything was focused on what I do on my channel, like power of goodness, power of oneness. No, it's not an OnlyFans where I'm whipping out my man tool. It's an OnlyFans where my Discord, my Instagram is sharing the information that I learned. And sometimes I post there. I say I had one post. I'm about to start work. Stop saying, "Oh my God!" And like my OnlyFans is not nudity. You know, there's only OnlyFans that have no nudity, right? You know, you can use all platforms the way you like a Patreon. Your Patreon don't have to be about nudity, or your Connect Pal, your Peaks, your OnlyFans. Just because that mine's is it's every E-rated, E for everyone. EA Sports is in the game, so it's is. Oh, hope I don't get copyrighted for EA Sports. Disclaimer: that was instructional purposes only. Disclaimer. So, but so a lot of young men they go through a lot of things because they didn't feel welcome. So that's a lot of what I experienced from Black women. I don't really feel welcome. So I get into a moment, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be angry, but not violent or ill will, like hatred angry. It's just to the point is, what do you have to do to please the Black women and the one Black woman you with? And as Miss Lisa said, have I, like, what did she say again? What was that question? Let me go up. Miss Lisa. Have I ever ghosted? That's not the question. That wasn't about the other guy. What did she ask me? Yeah. She asked me about, this way, right here. So do you raised by a Black? So if you were raised by a Black woman, you should know that. And again, yes and no. So it's hard to understand when a lot of Black women don't really I feel as a Black man, if I was talking, I'll answer your question 1 minute. As a Black man, if I was talking to a young Black man and he had a question, or his questions that's unanswered that I know he probably won't, I have to be like an open book. Because I always say, when I meet a Black woman, it's a clean slate. So what the last one done to me, not to her. Now if I'm expressing myself, that's my fault. I know Black women hate that. I know women hate that. And sometimes it can't be helped. And word it better. Yeah. But it's something to peer into that's really good for this About Me Part 2, in which understanding Black women is hard because, again, you got the drawbridge. When you go back and hear that, you have the acceptance in his community, acceptance as an adult, acceptance through him as a Black man, which Black men have always been taught to accept Black women no matter what. Now, I know, Sly, can you attest, if you still here? If David was here, can he attest? And other brothers, I think the 12 to 18% can attest. Well, I can say, if a Black man have a Black mother and she wasn't like strung out on different medicated elements that made it bad for her because she was addicted. We pretty much all have the same. Even African people, we were taught to respect the black woman. But I'm not saying we were taught to disrespect the black male. But when you said when the first thing, when your daughter asks about a male, she is told, watch out for the man, the male species. We are not told to watch out for the female species at all. Nothing. We're never. That's not our upbringing with our mothers and fathers. We are not. Okay. We are not. Do you? Can you say, Slide, that most? Yes or no? Were you taught or told to how your upbringing? How, like, you know how women are told to watch out for males? Were you told to watch out for females? I never was. Even now, I ask my mother, and it's almost as it's like she can't say it, or I don't think it's a woman code because I want to make it as negative. It's like it's a woman code that women don't talk about women, and that's what we seeing now, holding our women accountable and responsible as never. I'm 38. I never seen on social media offline of holding women as a whole accountable for what they're doing. That's the next section I want to get into. So I'll answer your question, Miss Demita. Sorry about that, Miss Smith. Mita, who that chick be? Mita. How do you feel about open relationships? Yep, my mother was raw. I was told to watch out for go. See, I wasn't told that. See, I heard it, but you know how your mother sit you down. I know, Sly, your mother probably set you down. My mother did too, but she didn't set me down with that information. She said, "Oh yeah, watch out for nasty, hot tail, fast girls, the ones that's just trying to use you." We were told, but I was set down. I think the females was set down about that. Fast tail. Oh, Demita, was you a fast tail? Mm-hmm. So, open relationship. Ooh. No. I'm going back on one. My mother was everything. I think a lot of men is based off of what they seen. They either accepted or didn't. So I accepted my mother because she was there. I can't say how I'd have been if my mother was bringing another man, even though she wasn't having sex, in every night. Because I recently asked my mother, "Mom, you ever dated another guy?" She said yes. I said, "Oh, cool." I said, "What happened?" I was like, "You ain't." She's like, "Oh." I was like, "You ain't think to be with those men?" She said, "No, a lot of the men, no, just friends and cool." So I said, "You ever had sex with those other men?" She just looked at me. I was like, "Well, I'm 38 now. You my mother in my mind." She responded. She said, "No." I said, "I don't think my father been the only man, but I think my mother has been with less than." I'm not. If a woman been with 50 men, cool. As long as she ain't got no diseases and not being funny, as long as my manness can fit in there, I don't care. Now, if I can't fit in there and she got diseases, yeah, it probably won't work too well with me and her if it come down to that. But she haven't been with a lot of men. Probably just been my father. She didn't say yes or no, but I don't think my mother been with more than 2 men or 3, let alone 3 men. So if my mother she was being honest with me. So in an open relationship, no, I wouldn't. At 38, I wouldn't see how that helps me unless I was one of them guys that was still wanting to build the business on my own and not wanting to include my woman. Because when I started dating a woman, I include her. When she find quote unquote likeness within me, I include her right away. I'm excited about when I'm meeting a woman. I am excited about the things we're going to do with each other or have fun. I know the media love that part. I'm excited about. Oh yeah, I say manness. I don't say the word. Yep, I say so. I'm excited about having her in my life. The woman become part of, see, and that's why it's different for the society. I grew up different. And my mother continued to be a man. So this is me. Now, I don't know how other men think. I don't know how side think or is with women. When I sit down and say, I'm dating you, there's no other woman I'm talking to. The only woman I'm talking to is that one woman. I'm clear, and I hope she's, so if you wanted an open relationship, right? You make that clear. I won't treat you no less, because then when I take you on a date, it's me and you. It's not that other guy or other women you are pursuing or trying to be with. It's me and you. Then when I say, all right, after this date or the second or third, I was like, Demita, I know you will want to do open relationship, but I don't do that. Would you see having a regular monogamous relationship with me? I will ask that. And if you say no, I would have to say, no. I'm saying when I date her, she want an open relationship. So that means she's already having an open relationship mindset. I don't. Right. But I'm just saying, if that at the dating area, Demita already explored the option, she's been in open relationships, or that's something she would do, and she asked me, would I be in one? So that means if my intent is to be with Demita, I would have to, on the date, after the first, second, or third date, I don't keep just going out with women and then not. I'm going out on a date to see what I enjoy about her. Do I want to be with her? I think by the third date and the fourth date, if I call her back, now I'm expressing, you have mentioned on the date while we were having fun and we are not being too in depth about open relationship after the fourth date, or even sometimes be after the first or second date. I don't need to keep, because my intentions is true. I don't need to keep going on 80 billion dates. I want her to come over my house. We ain't even having sex. Come over my house. Right, laying down. There you go. You laying down the rules. But it's not the rules of like Congress or America or the state or federal. It's rules of people, how I'm going to treat Demita and how my standard or criteria, Demita, please have the same respect of me. Because now, let's say I went on the first date. My intentions is to be married and be a husband and father. I don't feel like I got on the date, because now the second day, like, Demita come over and go cook, or we can order some food, watch a movie. Now I'm comfortable, because the first date we out having fun. We not really. My first date, I prefer not to just go straight to dinner. I would expect something fun or something very interactive with that woman, if I can help it, if I can. And I learned recently, I went on the first date. When I go on movie dates, that's not my atmosphere. So you got to understand, brothers, going on those type of date has to be your atmosphere too. It can't just be her greatness. Thank you. So if I'm only picking areas where Demita is great at, Demita probably won't get to know the full OJ. Or OJ only going to areas what not considering Demita, or considering Demita what she enjoys. Already talked to her on the phone a week or two or a couple of days, and we made plans. Or if I seen her outside, got her number, I already received some information. Or if I don't know her at all, I would have to go to the most neutralist place where we can eat, have fun, play games, challenge each other in a playful way, talk in a playful, in a serious way. So I say, okay, boom, open-minded, bam. And that's good. Because even though Demita desire, let's say not desire, I don't know, that's a strong word to say, desire of a open relationship, she's not discounting a monogamous relationship. And I hope our communication along the way, she's opening up. Have I ever wanted? I explored my wild side. I also wanted to now. I'm not deviating, not deflecting. My wild side, I would want to explore with a woman that my intentions is to be with her. So I wouldn't want to share my woman with like going into a, like she said, what was that? Where was that at? A sex dungeon. Now, have I ever been in it? I wouldn't want to go into a sex dungeon because if I'm going with you, Demita, I know my intention is not just to only have sex with you. And I'm not comfortable with the idea of sharing the woman I'm with another man or like woman. Because a woman don't have what I have. She got to put something on to have what I have. I know that sounds silly to some men, but I still wouldn't prefer it. I wouldn't want that because I'm still sharing my woman with another person. So I would decline the sex dungeon. But as in the exploring my wild side, yes, I would want to do that with her. So you ever see Real Sex and oh, so I said exploring the wild side. Yes, before like just meeting a woman, wild side to me, and I hope and I know we got these super hyper extreme radical feminists on social media. Like rub her waist at the top of her booty when I meet her, like as I'm giving her a hug. That's me on slide wild side, and it's not disrespectful. So nobody up there looking at us saying she's not looking at me like, oh my god, he touched my booty, and she's not a feminist when he probably if she I wouldn't go out with a feminist. So I would get out a woman that's very playful. All the women I have to say has been very playful in that matter. Like accident, I touched a woman butt like full. My hand is big, and I wasn't even aiming. I don't know what happened, and she just laughed, and I felt her uncomfortableness, and I had to let her know I was not touching your butt, as it was not planned. I'm sorry. I even did the corniest thing. I got on my knee and apologized, and like I kissed her feet, like fake did that, but I really got on my knee because I want to let her know my intentions was not to her sexually, because it is. You don't know her yet. That's the first date. Harass her or be some type of weird dude that I was aiming. Some women told me a man gave her a hug and grabbed her from the bottom of the cheek and squeezed. Now I would never. That's bold. And they still on a date and still talk to that man. So because it was one-on-one. See, when nobody around, it wouldn't bother you. So sneaking a kiss on a date, rubbing her booty or brushing her breast, I would think, what am I afraid of? Hold on, get to slide. He said, OJ, you're on the pit. Nope, I'm direct. I'm putting my arm around you. Nope, I'm not hiding it. What I'm afraid of for the wild side, the spirit. I would go do a Hinduism, like when you knew all black people and no cameras, like so we got open rooms and it's a couple having sex and we walking by, we can all watch people walking by, or we can do our thing while we watching. I would do something as that, but it had to be no cameras. You could take a picture like showing me at the Hinduism or we all at the bonfire and we sharing stories or we having fun body painting with each other in each other boyfriends or wives or girlfriends, but nothing too extreme as in, oh, your wife, yo man, my wife like you. Can you join us? I don't see myself doing anything of that type of nature. So, but that's just me because I know that the spirit of things can happen and you can get addicted or attach yourself. I remember, the Steve Wilkos show. It was a show with this young girl. She snuck out of the house to meet this adult male. He was 20 or 21. He was over 18. She was only 14 or 15. And he took her to a sex club. And she crying for help now. I don't know how she's doing now. It was called the Trishans. She came off of Steve Wilkos. She was to help Steve Wilkos. And so what happened? She got addicted to the sex club. So I would say, no, I don't do certain things. Yes, I have big hands. Of course I have big hands. And she might wanted me to harass her. But as I'm saying, I don't do things in some creepy, weird way where that's why I would never date a feminist. Because I'm a male. Yeah, Hindu. Yeah, I went to the Hinduism thing. Yep. Yes, sir. That, yeah. However you say it. I would go to something like that. Am I part of this? I had to go scroll. I forgot that I was on that one comment that Mr. Vita asked. Oh my goodness, no. I couldn't be part of no sex club. She said be in a room. No, but seriously, Southern Belle, you would be shocked. Stories or things young men will ask you. I'll be playing basketball with them. They're like, how did your date go? They Indian, Pakistani, young black men, young Pakistani, young mixed. And the one of them, like, you must have got some coochie. They say the word. I be like, yo, why y'all in my business? I just said I went on a date. And no, they actually had my. So don't think that these young men ain't asking us these questions. This is really, like, I'm telling you, young black men. I know young black women have questions too, young ladies. Come on, women. Come on, women. It can be PG or whatever. Like, but these young men, they ask me questions. None of these questions. Yes, like I say, coochie. Yeah, I ain't gonna say the word. Y'all know me. Y'all been listening to my stuff. Now, outside of this, I will. Hey, I don't want to be no slave. No slaves. We in the midst of a epidemic of ghetto gaggers. I don't want to be no slave. I wouldn't want no young man to think any slave. Now that's me. That's just me to not to diss you or nobody or anybody that do that. I understand what you mean. But the young men don't understand. Like, I had to tell my cousin about the word nigga. I said, you're older now. You're not a sponge. As a child, I couldn't say that word that way around you because all he would have did was soaked in it. Young kids, they soak things up as a sponge. So I had to be very mindful of the words I use towards the men. So I had so the young men have to know. Anybody want? I'm about to share the link. I don't know if anybody want to come up. I'm pretty much, it's open board. And if you was watching, if you watched it this late, I want to say by around the 22-minute mark, I basically hit and covered. I went on after the hour and 20 mark. I basically covered the what about me and what young black men experience that a lot of black women don't understand. And one day I would love to get all of the women serious and having fun on the note. Okay. Oh, okay. And young men to hear a different side. I'm not married. I'm not in a long-term relationship. I can say my relationships wasn't not successful, but they wasn't up to par where I wanted them to go and how far. And it's because of me and different things. I think I'm both. It's sometimes so if we're in a bedroom setting, I'm with my lady I'm making love to, it depends on that day. I might want to dominate or I pay attention. Because more times I think the man dominate the woman in a good sense, not in a not dominatrix or BDSM or S&M. I mean him just saying he take control and she's okay. It's consent. Remember, it's everything consent. So you better be careful. You're asking for that. And so I think just overall, young men, they need these good discussions, whether they're not explicit, because they might not have a male at home to say, well, I woke up today and I finally wanted to go that next step with my girlfriend. And I want to have those type of talks. And I want him to say, I want to be one of those pillars for the young men in the as the black man spirit, and be like, okay, who is and encourage him, because I can't stop him from doing what he's gonna do, but make sure he's well prepared with things that's going on in the reality. If you have sex and you ejaculate a woman, you will get her pregnant. A lot of young men don't hear that, and they're like, what is sex? What is ejaculation? And you explain that, and they have a better. And a lot of parents, I would love the parents to send those men to me. Just as in schooling, don't whoop the child because they don't get it. Send them to me. There's a lot of single black men that was raised by single black mothers. They're not the terminologies we use, but they can be very helpful. See, yeah, every man is different. And a lot of young men don't hear that. They say something wrong with you. You got Sanaa Lathan. You got, who else? A beautiful woman. You got Demeter, Miss Southern Belle. Why aren't you getting hired? And then they automatically assume, and the young girls need women to tell women, young females, this person's not getting hired. I don't mean they don't care about you. Something could be wrong mentally or physically with him. And it's not erectile dysfunction at that time, because they had no problem before or other time. Something just can be wrong for that time. But what is it? And not for her to feel bad because he didn't perform a certain way. And I will tell y'all young men, stop listening to other men, because not always ask women, have they had an orgasm? Y'all young men would want to hear that. Some women don't have orgasm, and it has nothing to do with you as a man, a male. She might not know her body. She might be used to a lot of certain things. Something could have happened to her. So mentally and physically, she's not able to perform at the highest peak for her to receive an orgasm. And the other women have to explain that to other women and say, stop thinking you're going to have orgasm when you don't know your own. It's like different things that take part in our lives overall that affect us. And I think these platforms will be perfect. So instead of the Susie Rottencrotch or a John Doe coming to the only watching and listening to Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion, I'll use them for instance, or Nicki Minaj. That's the only depiction of, no, have her come to Demeter. I want to show her my sexuality. And Demeter can explain it to her in a healthy way. So then Rebel will say, well, she's like, well, I don't want to do that. And so then Rebel will say, well, go to her channel and she'll have private or public lives where young girls call in and ask her questions. Are you open to toys, whips? It's a full moon. Oh, the wolf's out. Hot candle wax would be okay. Whips, that's okay, but it can't be like it can't be no real. It gotta be that real whip. It gotta be like the little one that I be seeing. And toys, I'm not okay with toys because I feel as I have the best toy in the house, so she gotta use a toy. Like, because I feel like I have a mouth, I have fingers, I have the best toy in the house. So the cat of nine, is you the nine-tailed fox? Demeter, are you the nine-tailed fox that we gotta watch out? But Naruto eventually learned how to control his nine-tailed fox. But it took him a while, Demeter. It took him a lot of training to control his nine-tailed fox. No, the freaks come out. No, not no more. The freaks out. So, come on, anybody want to come up? Because we leaving the realm. We leaving the realm. Anybody want to come up? We can continue, or it can go off and oh my goodness, Demita, I think is you trolling us, Demita? Did you just saying this stuff? Because we have to see some pictures. Like I wouldn't share with nobody. You would have to email me some pictures that you be doing this stuff. I thought you was trolling last time, but you keep saying this stuff. I don't know. I understand sexuality. That's cool, but I don't know. I think Demita is trolling us. You don't do all this stuff, do you? So if anybody not gonna come up and to talk about the brothers and how and helping them, yeah, I don't know. No groceries for me. I go pick up the groceries, as in massage, give some kisses. 50 Shades. No, this 50 Shades of Otho. No, this 50 Shades of Demita. Like I'll pick them up, massage, kiss, spread, but I don't eat the groceries. You funny. But if nobody want to come up or there's no any more questions pertaining to that, if the young man I cover, I'm gonna do another one. Keep this on going and hopefully young men and do it at night so young men can come on and we can have a fireside chat about questions they father wasn't around to answer, their mother may not answer. Bring the women up and we talk and have people call in. I don't know, missing out. If I did, that's a wife. That's got to be my wife. See, Demita, and that's one thing out to brothers. They may not know. I have a lot of. I never lived with a woman. I never went grocery shopping with a woman. So it's things I still have a lot of first to do that a lot of men may not have experience. So I may have missed out, but I'm still. Y'all know we're gonna have to do a Lover Lane chat one day. Ms. Demita, you gotta email me. What time? I know you don't want to come up, you said. What time would you be available for at least be in the chat? I'll make you a moderator for the Lover Lane slide to come up or be a moderator and whoever else already a moderator. And I think we need an adult side of YouTube or these platforms too. They ain't got to be too raunchy. They could be raunchy now, but just being honest and open. I think this will help some married people, some people in relationships. That's all. That's my job on earth. My job on earth is to make people guide, and challenge the people to be aware of things that they may be aware of, to expound and exalt on, or open them up to new things, whether that's for them or not. So I will say I'll leave it there. What I say unto one, I say unto all, is your path, is your journey, is your choice. I appreciate you, everybody. Thank you, Southern Bell, for the moderating. Thank you, Sai, for showing up. Thank you, David. Thank you, Miss Lisa. Thank you, Miss Demita. And maybe you come on tonight. I'll say email Miss Lisa. Hope she emailed me. Demita, you email me. I would love to have you come up or introduce me to some other channels and I can find them and send them some emails if you file for these type of chats and become moderators. So it depends. It might come on tonight. I don't know. I'll just shoot me a text or email or whatever. If you want to do something on your channel slide, let me know. All right. Hope everybody have a great day. I appreciate you. Thanks for the support. Thanks for listening. And whoever come on, when you listen, come with a good ears, take some notes, put something in the comments you want them to talk about, something you agree on, disagree on. Let's chat it up. Let's discuss. All right, everyone. Y'all have a good day. Shalom.